have to handle. That I gotta handle. Okay. Okay. You be nice. You go here. And you go here. And let's make sure everything's in sync. Because, yeah. If it ain't in sync, then what's the point of a video, right? In which case I might as well kill the camera and just go audio. But, what? Says I'm live? Let's double check. Okay, this is an audio-visual check to make sure everything is in sync and I don't look like a badly dubbed movie. Okay, this is an audio-visual check to make sure everything is in sync and I don't look like a badly dubbed movie. Looks like I might be good. Success. Okay, so for anybody who may be joining, for anybody who may be watching, welcome to the station that plays older games for nostalgic memory. I'm DarthBeauty. Let's get it on. Why am I wearing no boots? Dear God. Wow, it's been a while. Okay, hang on, everybody. It's been a while for me. Why am I not wearing this? Why am I wearing that? Why am I not wearing my helmet? Ah! Because that's so much more aesthetically pleasing. Why am I not wearing you? Because I can only wear one right. Ah, because now I can wear my two rings. Okay. Ooh, because I had a base ring feather. Sorry, everybody. I'm also trying to remember where I left off with everything, and that is not it. There's my boots. All right. So you may be wondering, what happened to Morrowind? Why are we back in Oblivion? Well, sad story that. So we've been having some problems with Morrowind. So what we will be doing is we're going to play this tonight, and I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to give Morrowind one last shot and see if she works. So tonight was going to be the Shivering Isles. I'm just trying to remember where I left off here. Oh, I left off looking at a DLC house. We'll get back to that. Onwards to the Shivering Isles! And the Daedric Prince of Madness himself, Sheogorath! Wait, what am I doing? There's actually fast travel in this game. Hang on! Suck it, Morrowind. There is fast travel. Hell yeah! Let's get out of here. So... one thing me and Sheogorath have in common? Oh, jeez. Damn, Shadowmere, I didn't need to be looking at your ass. Hi. Alright, so unfortunately, there was a point during the main quest line where I did have to come here to pick up certain ingredients to get a potion made. So, yes, we already discovered the door. Crazy cuckoo came out the door. Oh my god, it's all crazy! And stupidly attacked a guard. Huge ass sword. Badass, thank you for the host, my friend. And, of course, got himself killed. This one thinks no one can see her. Shadowmere's just staring into the light. And this son of a bitch is like, I ain't here to stop you, but I am here to clean up the mess when you come out. At which point, we did venture into the fringe. There was a big room. Crazy cookie guy sitting here. When we were done talking, it exploded into butterflies and moths, and here we are in the fringe. Let's get on with it. Alright. Nothing of use. Nothing of use. Nothing of use. Always, always collect ingredients. Wait, what's my inventory looking like? Oh, Nelly. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. No sprint. Good old Skyrim, and then, Skyrim, sprint? Yes. Skyrim and ESO got me spoiled on sprint. Morrowind made me forget about fast travel. So, hey, it's alright, let's see how many more ingredients we can collect. Already got an enemy here. That. Again. And dropped it. trying to get to is the first town, so of course, let's proceed on. And I think from here, we should be back to the norm, if there is such a thing in the Shivering Isles. Back to the norm of the storyline. See Shivering Isles. When this first came out, this was amazing, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I still do. I still love this DLC. There it is. First town that we're looking for. Aha! For everybody who is joining that may not have heard me when I first said it, welcome to the memory card. This is the station that plays older games for nostalgic memory. I'm DarthBeauty. Yes, no, nothing of use. Okay, and here we are. So let's pull up our journal. Pull up our journal. Let's find the quest we need. So what do we want? Battle Hon? Battle Work? No. Wait, was this corruption and conscience? No, that's not. Yeah, I was suspended from the Mages Guild. I remember that now. Because I committed murder. What I don't understand is they started it. But I get kicked from the guild. Nice. Okay. Through the fringe of madness, I have entered the Shivering Isles. We have to pass through the gates of madness, which unfortunately are guarded by a giant-ass gatekeeper. So let's start talking to people. That's what heroes do. They ask directions. And let's see what we can find out. Aha!
Yes?
I want to talk to you? No. Ah, you!
I'm Fellas Sarandis. Don't breathe on me.
He's a germaphobe. Gatekeeper, Gates of Madness.
One leads to the lands of mania, and one to dementia. The gatekeeper makes sure no one gets in who isn't supposed to.
Oh, nonsense. Surely you can...
Pretty scary, isn't he? Jared's planning on killing him. I don't know how. The gatekeeper looks indestructible to me.
And this is why I wear a hoodie. To get this headset to fit.
You really need to get so close.
Yes?
Ah! Go away.
Try not to fight a gromite in the water or in the rain. They seem
Great,
to
great.
like.
Okay, are you gonna hold still? Thank
I'm
you. Hold
Jared
still.
Iceveins.
I know this.
You ever wonder why things look better without their skin on?
No
For
idea.
instance, you can only really see the bones when you take them out. You can hear them better that way, too.
Okay, dude, seek help. Seriously, seek help. Gatekeeper!
I want him dead. I need him dead. His bones are calling to me. Rumor has it you want him dead, too.
Well, not
If you're any good
necessarily
with a
until I get through
lockpick,
the gates.
we can help each other out.
Good.
We can get into the gardens of flesh and bone.
Okay.
They say the gatekeeper's magical. I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in bones. And
Okay.
the best way to kill something
believes in
is
feasible
with the
things.
bones of its own. I can see the bones of a dead gatekeeper in the
That-
courtyard of the
that
gardens.
actually follows
door's
through
locked,
into Skyrim.
You'll pick that lock, and I'll collect the
seriously?
bones. Then I'll make some arrows, and we'll kill the gatekeeper.
That whole
Sound
line
good?
of thinking actually follows on. Alright, tell him to
Here,
lead on.
take this lockpick. Careful, it's the only one I've got. You open the door, I'll kill things. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
They seem at home on
So that
land
line
or
of
in the
thinking
water.
actually follows through into Skyrim
Take care.
with the dragons. The best way to kill something is with the bones of its own kind. Hence why you end up with dragon bones, so that you can take down Alduin. Well, speaking of Skyrim, I cannot wait, because when Skyrim turns 10 years old, November of next year, Skyrim in all her vanilla glory will be going onto the memory card. Cannot wait. Which means I have to disable all 70 plus mods. Okay. I will miss my mods greatly. That's okay.
Hurry,
Alright.
pick that lock open. I can hear them in there.
Get the hell off the... He's floating.
I need to get in there.
Clearly! Here, Jesus, stop floating. Speaking of bones, get ready for a fight. Of course, good rule of thumb, keep a silver weapon on hand. Hello, honey. What or who are you? I don't know, but you are dead. Anyone else? Anyone else? What you got? Oh, Zero.
Hello. Here, from these gatekeeper bones, I can make some arrows.
Okay.
Find me in a few hours. We'll kill the gatekeeper.
Alright, so we gotta literally
See
give him
you.
a few hours in game before he can do anything. So, pick up that bone meal. Doesn't hurt, look around. I say it doesn't hurt to look around because there might be more enemies. There it is. I ain't worried about it. Bone meal. Not yet, anyway. Just looking to make sure there's no treasure chest. Nothing else of interest. There isn't. But this land seriously has some cray-cray statues. Hello. What? I ran into the gatekeeper body. Right. So to run a little faster, always put your weapon away. As long as the weapon is drawn, it will slow down your speed by very little. If you're not happy with how fast you're running, strip down to your skivvies. Should I run a little quicker that way too? Since I'm heavy armor, my speed is not all that great. Certainly leaves some to be desired. Get back into pass wall here. We're literally gonna do a wait. I'm not gonna shop. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna wait. So we're gonna give it about 5 hours, and then we're gonna check on Ice Vein, and we're gonna see how he's coming along with his arrows. So follow your quest marker to get to his house. Of course, he lives all the way in the back of the town by himself. Probably because he's the craziest one of the bunch. But again, compared to everybody else, maybe he's the more sane. Maybe it's everyone else who's gone cray-cray. Yes, he has lots of stuff you can steal. I'm not worried about stealing. I'm gonna run up here. Talk to him.
Do the bone.
No, but I'm gonna ask
The
you about
arrows
arrows.
are ready. Here are some for you, and I'll keep some.
Okay.
Let's go kill the gatekeeper. We might die, but there's worse things.
Yeah, like surviving. Now, I'm gonna tell him to
Hurry,
wait a
the
moment.
bones are calling out to me.
Because we are missing something. Before you go fighting that gatekeeper, we're gonna go talk to somebody. Because there is somebody who will tell you a little weakness about the gatekeeper. And with that weakness, it'll make the fight that much easier. Nanette Dawn. This woman's got a mouth bigger than me. Nanette, why are
Hello.
you in Nanette Dawn's house? I don't think I want to know. Never mind. I won't ask. Nanette! Get out of bed so I can persuade you!
Hello? You'll need to speak up.
Oh no, I don't need to speak up.
Go ahead.
I just need to work my speechcraft on you. Okay, she don't like admire. She's okay with joke. So, joke and coerce is what
I doubt-
she likes.
Joke? Sure, that's cute. Good one. I
I
doubt.
want to keep
Yes, yes, whatever you say.
the
I-
stuff there. Joke
Yeah,
and
sure,
coerce.
that's cute. I don't. Yes, not bad, not
I
bad
don't
at
have
all.
the option
Don't wait-
to actually
no
rotate the bar.
I doubt it.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna
What?
do it this
No,
way. Oh, come
I
on,
doubt
baby.
it. That works for
Yeah.
me.
Gatekeeper.
He's Relmina's crowning achievement.
Now
The
we're gonna pick her
gatekeeper
brain
keeps out
and
people
get some
who don't belong in the
information.
Shivering Isles. She made him in the gardens of flesh and bone. She's my teacher. She's going to teach me all her secrets.
Keep rambling
Oh,
about those
this is
secrets.
really interesting. Wait. Oh, never mind. My big mouth almost just got me in trouble again.
Oh, no, sweetie. You can tell me.
I've been dying to tell someone. You seem trustworthy enough, but
Spill the beans.
don't tell Relmina I said anything.
Mhm.
The gatekeeper is flawed. Her tears hurt him. Her tears somehow agitate the
weakness.
Daedra bound to the gatekeeper's body.
So,
Her tears make it really restless. It strains harder against the warding magic. She may seem like a tough woman, but the gatekeeper makes her all weepy.
my
Go
God,
see
he's
for
trying
yourself.
to bite me.
She visits him every night around midnight. Just don't tell her I said anything. I might get another lesson in the nature of pain. I don't like those lessons very much.
That's fine. You told me all I
I
need to
really
know.
wish they would stop yelling.
So, now that we know a little secret about the gatekeeper. Now we have to go and find Romina. Wait for her to visit. First start crying. Then steal a tissue. And hope to God you run away before the gatekeeper can smash you to bits. And seeing as the green target is already up ahead, I'm going to say that possibly could mean she's already here. Ah, she is!
But still, he refuses me.
Hang on. I need to move faster than him, so you know what? We're stripping down to the skivvies. There we go.
Why? I'm sorry, Jared. It's just too
So
much.
here we go.
I
Come
must
on.
leave her. No, you mustn't come near me when I'm crying. You remember what happened last time you touched my tears?
Here we go. So I'm gonna save before I do this because it's been a while and I'm unsure of myself. And I'll probably end up. Okay, there's the handkerchief. Grab it and run like hell. Because he's on you. He'll follow you a good ways into the town. That's the crazy part. Haha, bye. So now that we have essentially the because yes, that is essentially like poison for him. Oh, freeze up. Freeze up. Now we can run back to this guy, tell him we're ready, and now we're ready to fight. Wrong hell. We're ready to fight the gatekeeper. So equip your arrows. I have no bow. I am an idiot. I need a bow. Oops. Thought I had a bow. Could have swore I had a bow. What did I do with my bow? I don't know. Need to go back to the Gardens of Flesh and Bone and steal the bow from the one. You know what? The one skeleton had a bow. Time to loot a dead body. That's what we do. Thankfully, here, let's run a little quicker, shall we? A little quicker. There we go. Let's hurry this up. We're gonna run in here, steal the bow, so I have something to use for the arrows. Pretty sure this guy had a bow, didn't he? I thought he did. He did not. Well, that sucks. Okay, fine. So, I won. Hello. There's a wall there and I can't jump. tell I've been playing too many other games. I forgot why I was jumping. Alright, we're gonna see if we can find a bow for sale. Start here.
Excuse me,
Sonia?
I must have nodded off there.
Hello, Miss Insomnia. Ah, she has a bow. Great! And of course, you have your choice. You can do a fine iron bow or a dwarven bow. You know what? I got the money. Let's go ahead and get the dwarven bow. Let's see what I can sell here. Get rid of that steel arrow. I really don't need that. I just need the gatekeeper bones right now. And we're going to see what else we can just sell to her. I do not want to sell that. We're actually pretty good.
See you
I'm
later.
amazed. I really am amazed. Okay. Now let's go get this guy. Now let's get on the hunt. Now I got a bow for my arrows. Makes more sense that way. Okay. And these. Right, where is it? Where? Aha!
We need to get through.
Let's do this. Come on, buddy. We're on the hunt. So you should have the bottles of tears in your inventory, and when we get up there, before we use the bow and arrow, we're actually going to equip everything, get it ready. We're going to poison the bow and arrow with the tears. I seem to be incapable of talking and doing it at the same time. Every time I talk, I'm like... Focus. You're like Kung Fu Panda. Yes. Focus. Oh, there he is. Make sure your weapon is out and ready. It is out. Get over here and get ready to use the tears. Harm the gatekeeper for 120 seconds. And sometimes only. Do you want to poison your next shot? Dang skippy hippy. Here we go. Poison the next shot. Absolutely.
Die, cur!
And we're gonna poison with the next shot.
This is the part where you fall
And
down.
with that in mind, I'm gonna run over here, switch over to longsword, and start. Well, that was it. Go ahead and take both keys. Take the gatekeeper bow and arrows. I mean, they do some pretty good damage. What's it gonna hurt?
We need to get through the gate.
Yeah, okay. Did we? We already did. Oh my god, my husband just scared the ever-loving bejesus hell out of me, in case you were wondering why I just screamed bloody murder. And he made the cat scratch my leg in the process. I'm going to kill you! Oh my god. So that's what it's like to have a heart attack. I'm gonna kill my husband. Oh my god. Why are you even home? Okay. We have both keys.
The gatekeeper is slain. Congratulations. The honor of taking the keys from his corpse is yours.
Done did.
See
Papa
you later.
Ewok LMFAO. Oh, you would. Jesus. Oh shit.
So, you've managed to kill the gatekeeper. Pity.
Papa, I am
Well,
so
you'll
glad
now
you
be
got
able
such
to
a
enter
kick
the
out
realm
of
proper.
that.
You'll notice there are 2 doors. One leads to the lands of Mania, the other to Dementia. Enter through either one. The lands are quite distinct, but both are Sheogorath's domain.
And it
You'll want
literally
to seek
does
out
not
Lord
matter which door
Sheogorath.
you go through.
I believe he has plans for
All
you.
the roads will lead
Try not to disappoint him.
Sheoth, which which is the capital city of Shivering Isles. You can ask him about dementia and mania, and he will tell you the differences between the two, of course. Papa Ewok almost pissed myself laughing. Oh, dear God, you would. I'm sure my husband got a hell of a kick out of it. Me and Mjolnir did not get a kick out of it. Mjolnir about scratched my leg up, and I about had a heart attack. Oh, my God. You can ask him... John Beast, I love you, baby. Fuck you. Get me something to drink. Water. New Sheoth you can ask him about. Of course, Sheogorath and Shivering Isle. We're not going to ask Haskell anything.
I live
Moving
to
on.
serve.
So with that in mind, now we can move on. You know, go ahead and search these skeletons. There have been times where I've actually found, like, jewelry and things like that I can sell. Oh, here are those guys from the original party. Papa Ewok, that was so worth putting sex on hold. Oh my God! Try to explain that to your girlfriend. Oh. Alright, let's move on. So personally, I almost always go with... Hello? Menu? Thank you. So now you gotta pick a door. Dementia or mania? She needed a break anyway. So personally, I've always preferred dementia. Now I remember mania is to the left, because that's the high road. Dementia is the low road, and it's off on the left. I always go dementia. Don't ask me why, I have no bloody idea. Something about dementia. That's funny looking water.
It's Good Friday, I turned the water into...
Oh, I don't know if everybody heard that over the headset, but because it's Good Friday, my husband pulled a miracle and he turned water to wine. Right. Good wine. Alright. So, we've entered the Shivering Isles. We should seek out Sheogorath,
Killed anything?
Daedric Prince of Madness. Ooh!
Mad God's blessings.
If you listen closely when the Mazgin or the Golden Saints, Mazgins, but they're called Dark Seducers, but in their own words they're called Mazgin. They actually have a little aftertone to their voice if you listen carefully and have your volume up, and it is so cool. It is one of the things I loved about their voices. I'm going to ask her questions, and I'm going to let all of you over on the other side listen in on this and see if you can pick up that little aftertone, whisper kind of effect they put at the end of the voice.
The Mazkin guard crucible in New Sheoth. We ensure the demented remain orderly and respectful of our Lord Sheogorath.
I had to turn my volume up in order to hear it. I'm going to ask her about Sheogorath, and I'm going to let all of you listen one more time. We're going to go through all three, giving everybody a chance to turn their volume up. Really listen for that little effect they put on the voice.
Sheogorath is our Lord, ruler of the Shivering Isles. It is by his whim that the Mazkin walk, and we serve our master to the death.
Finally, and if you listen, it's almost like an echoing.
The Shivering Isles are a reflection of our Lord Sheogorath, divided yet perfect. Walk
have
with
it.
our Lord.
And that was one thing I always loved about when I talked to them, was that whispering, echoing kind of effect they put on the voice. I always thought it made them different from other NPCs, so that you knew this wasn't a usual NPC. This was a Daedra. I always liked it. I just thought that was an awesome. What are you coming at me for? What I do? Oh, hi there. Here, would you like some help? I'm happy to help you out. Ta-da! There you go. So watch these things when they die. As you can see, they do explode with some kind of a cold effect. So do be careful around them. They're these big shambling bone thingies. Weird. And as you can see, Dementia, we are on the low road here, which leads into Pinnacle Road, Mad God's Boot, Shallow Grave, all kinds of fun stuff with great names. But this is our ultimate goal, is to get over here. And even if I took the high road, if you ask me, it's a bit longer. That's probably one reason I always went Dementia. But you would eventually come out here. Hill of Suicides, that is absolutely a side quest. Basically, everybody who's on that hill committed suicide, and you gotta find their skull and bring it to them. It's the only way they can actually be released, so they can rest in peace. So moving on, and we're just gonna follow the main road here, all the way to New Sheol. Now the bad news. You can't bring your mounts into the Shivering Isles. You are literally on foot. There's really no mounts that you can get in this place. Sheolgoroth. He will drive you to madness, one way or the other. As for the player, he drives you into madness by taking away your horses so that you have to walk everywhere until you find locations that you can fast travel. Cannot fast travel to New Sheoth yet. They make you walk the way there. Yeah. See, that's what we are today. Now, if you come across landmarks, you might want to consider getting them on your map. It'll help with having to do fast traveling. Grumite arrows are actually fairly weak, so I'm not going to worry about grabbing those, but I will take gold and lockpicks. Of course I'll take gold. I'm not worried about daggers and things like that. They won't really serve me much purpose. Ow! Ow! Well, ship biscuits, man. Why am I not hitting you? Okay. Again, the shield. You probably already have something equipped that is better than what they have, but take the Madness Ore. Oh god, yes. So if you're doing heavy armor, you're going to want Madness Ore. If you're doing light armor, you're looking for Amber. This will actually get you a very specific armor set in the game. You gotta take it to the respective smith, and they will forge this armor and weapon for you, but you must have not just the ore and the material, but you also have to find the matrix. These matrices are what they use to forge effed up looking, I've been silenced! Well, I'm you. That's a fucked up looking, Spriggan. Must be Sheogor's version of one. Alright, where am I going? Right, this way. Now that's the fun part, is also trying to make sure I stay on the right path. Shivering Isles, when I first played it, man, I thought it was amazing. New creatures, they weren't copy and pasted, they were actually different from everything else in the game. Which I loved and adored. I forgot about you. That is a skinned hound. I forgot about those. Houndtooth. And of course you can see what these alchemical ingredients will do for you. Okay. Black tar, it does a lot of damage. Blister pod, you can restore your magic, fortify your magic, and get Night Eye off of it. Bone marrow, there you go. Bone shards. Bone meal is pretty common. Congealed putrescence. I don't know how to say that. But you can restore your strength, restore your magicka, and cause fire damage. Fungus stalks, gnarl bark, houndtooth will let you detect life. Swamp tentacles will actually restore your personality, and as you can see, there's already a few points where they have actually been damaging my personality. So this is a great way to restore that, as well as get water breathing and water walking. It's kind of contradictory, but land of madness. Cure disease and shield and restore magicka. We already know those 3 effects on the Withering Moon, so definitely some good ingredients with some very good properties to them. I'm running around with my sword out even though it slows me down because frankly I've been getting attacked every 10 feet. Because it's been so while, I do need to keep referencing back to back to my map. Go. And I got something. There's Batman. Ah! It's like somebody took a scorpion, an ant, and a spider and crossed it all together. Which begs one to ask, quite simply, what was somebody smoking when they created this DLC? Because some of these creatures are pretty fucked up. I mean, really. That Electri back there. Wow. That is a pretty effed up looking creature. And this thing, it's like somebody had a nightmare about a Spriggan or something. I don't know. I'll take your moral bark. Go the right way. I'm still going the right way. Okay. Okay. And again, as you come across map markers, again, if you're relatively close, excuse me, take that slight little detour and get it on the map. You're gonna need it. It'll help with traveling and traversing the land. Otherwise, you're gonna be walking a lot. So if I get close enough to that camp, I know it's gonna be an enemy camp, but if I get close enough, maybe I'll take a slight detour. If it's not that close, I'm not gonna worry about it. Doesn't seem to be, so I'm moving on. Because I am trying to get to the city. I don't want to go all the way off. And, squirrel too much. So some bad news regarding our Morrowind playthrough. Apparently Morrowind is having some very difficult times as far as actually getting onto the stream. It's like the videos are not loading properly. I can't download them very well. So tomorrow night we might give Morrowind one last shot. And if we have technical issues, it'll probably be the last time we can stream Morrowind. I'll have to play that on my own time, I suppose, because I'm just really getting into it. And I really want to play through that game. Come on. So here's the cemetery, and as you can see, I just got the quest marker by getting close enough. Now, something interesting about the graveyard. See the tombstones? Not that many, right? If people start dying in New Sheoth or in other towns, they will get a tombstone here. And yes, you can read them. Ernesta lies here, covered in glory and dirt. Here lies Blaze Set, faster than the wind, dumber than a stone. I ran off a cliff. Helene the Deaf, she never heard it coming. That's a bad pun. I love bad puns. May your spirit swim forever, mean half-tail. Bob Gromurgob died. We ate him and buried the bones here. Let's see. Noble. Oh, poor. I think that was all of them, essentially. Oh, wait, no. We have one here. One day she will rise and take her vengeance. You say so. Finally, Bilbald Teleram was thrown in this hole. The epitaphs are usually kind of worth the chuckle or two, if you have that kind of sense of humor. I do. So yes, this graveyard will actually change depending on who dies in your game. That was one of the other things I loved about this DLC when it came out. So if someone died, I'd give it about a day in the game, and I'd run to the graveyard just to read their epitaph. Some of that was just funny as hell. Oh, who's targeting me? Well, come on! Where are you? Where are... Okay, I hear the music. I saw the little... Whoa! Shitburger! Hello, darling! What the... Diseased Scallon! But he has a ring. Can sell that for some money. And a fin, which will give you water-breathing, damage, health, and shock damage. Ingredients. Alright, this thing is acting like there's still an enemy nearby, but I don't see anything. I'm just gonna move on. Because frankly, if the enemy is stupid enough to follow me to the gates, the Mazkin, the Dark Seducer at the gate, will attack him. So, bring it! Found Crucible. Crucible is the town in New Sheoth. So you got New Sheoth, and you got Crucible, which is Dementia, and I think the other town is Bliss, which is Mania. Hi there! Someone's attacking me. Could you do something about it?
How may I serve?
By attacking whatever's coming after me? But apparently it's gone now. Bumble. These are some big-ass gates. You should wonder what they got. Going in. Here we go. Ah, welcome to Crucible. That's the first thing you see. So, now one of the things that basically your quest marker's trying to say is castle. Let's do that. And there's plenty of people that you can talk to in these towns. Little side quests, learn their stories, that sort of thing. So you don't break into people's houses yet. Sickly Bernice's tap house. Yes, she is constantly sick. Leaves herself to me. Mazada's house. Mazada, of course, is a Kaji. And as you can see, the buildings in Crucible are like right on top of each other. It's practically a slum. It's, yeah. So Cutter's weapons. Now Cutter is the one you want to take the Madness Ore to. Cutter is the one who will do the heavy armor and heavy equipment if you have the Madness Ore. And I want to say the matrices, it's not needed to forge the armor and weapon, but is needed to make an enchanted armor or weapon, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while, could be wrong. And the Museum of Oddities is a fun little place. As you find little oddities in the Shivering Isles, you can bring them back here to the museum, and eventually the entire museum will be filled. So that's a pretty cool little spot. And I used to think that houses all cluttered like this was easier for me to navigate than Bliss. That is a pretty badass looking one. And that takes you to Bliss, which is the land of Mania. Not quite sure that's where I want to go yet, so I'm going to go up these stairs. You notice those are some steep-ass stairs. Hi. Come here. Ah! The palace grounds. New Sheoth Palace. That's what we want. That and another chug of water. Nice little crystals. So, of course, on this side of the palace, everything is decorated for Mania. On this side of the palace, look at that. Much brighter. More lovely. This is Mania. Let's get up here to the palace. As you see, you got blue flames on one side, gold on the other. Again, a reflection of Mania and Dementia in Mania. Excuse me. Moving up. the Golden Saint. Now, the Golden Saint is predominantly heavy armor.
How may I serve?
Dark Seducers are light armor. This will be important to know later on.
Speak quickly. New Sheoth is the capital of the Shivering
Oriel.
Isles. We Oriel guard Bliss, the manic
That's why I
district of
talked
the
to her.
city.
I couldn't remember what they call themselves. They call themselves the Oriel. Of course, everyone else in the common tongue calls them Golden Saints.
Go.
And then the Madskin in their tongue, but for us, we just call them Dark Seducers. So,
How may I
ass
serve?
here. I keep squirreling. I do apologize. Alright! And of course, the palace itself is divided in half. Even the carpet is divided in half. This is much like the Mazgin said in the beginning. This is a reflection of Sheogorath himself. Let's do this proper. We're gonna walk up to him nice and proper. Oh, Sheogorath, God of madness, Duke of Cheese.
Always
I love you.
a pleasure.
And do not try to attack him even though he's a Daedra. He'll fail.
Well,
But
look
it's pretty
who's here.
hilarious what happened.
You! How about that?
I'm gonna save my game. Because what I want to do is show you all what happens if you attack Sheogorath. It's actually quite comical. Everybody ready? Hope you're watching. Attack!
Oh!
Always a pleasure.
You have been frozen in place.
Well, look who's here.
Watch what he does to you. This is what happens when you attack Sheogorath. It's worth doing this at least once. Oh, this is pretty high. Oh. We're falling. Sheo, it's a great view up here, but you know what? I don't know about this. Bonk. Now later, you can find that spot and maybe loot the bodies. But that's what happens if you attack Sheogorath. Let's reload and do this right now. Alright,
A new arrival!
let's talk to him.
Shame
like
about
we
my
should be.
gatekeeper. I'm so happy I could just tear out your intestines and strangle you with them. I suppose an introduction
love
is
this
in order.
voiceover.
I'm Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, and other things. I'm not talking about them. You've probably figured that out by now. Let's hope so, or we're in real trouble. And out come the intestines. And I skip rope with them. But perhaps
I love this
now's
guy.
not the time. If you made it this far, farther than anyone else, well done.
Cool.
Take this trinket of mine. Perhaps it will serve you well, or look lovely on your corpse.
Sure. And you gain a necklace charity of madness. As soon as we are no longer hijacked, we will be looking at what that necklace does. What do you
I've been
want?
waiting for you,
A nice
or someone
thing to say
like
with
you,
Asian prince.
or someone other than you for some time. I need a champion, and you've got the job. Time to save the realm, rescue the damsel, slay the beast, or die trying. Your help is required. A change is coming. Everything changes, even Daedric princes, especially Daedric princes.
All right. Changes. What about
Daedra
changes,
are the
Airman?
embodiment of change and permanency. I'm no different, except in the ways that I am. The Grey March is coming, and you're going to stop
At least he
it.
has the courtesy to kind of get back on track.
The
Because
details
otherwise,
aren't important. At least,
get very
not
confusing.
right now. Eternity is on a rather tight deadline. We'll get back to that later.
What now?
Now, you run an errand for me.
Oh, I
An
think this is
important
one of those fun things
Of
I love to
course.
do. I
Anything
love this.
I tell you to do is important. My realm, my rules.
Yep.
You're going to Zedilian.
Yes.
one of my favorite spots in the Isles. It's a little place I used to take care of unwanted visitors.
This is a fun little
and
thing.
some
Zedillion?
are
Oh my God,
more
it is fun.
unwanted than others.
Why,
The
Zedillion?
gatekeeper takes care of most of the unwanted, but he's dead. We'll have to remedy that soon as well. Anyway, there are those that have other ways into my realm, and they're on the move. We don't want them here, trust me. So, you're going to get Zedillion up and running.
Yes, we are.
Here's a little book to tell you how, and the Attenuator of Judgment. You'll need that too. Of course, you can always get more details from Haskell. He's a detail-oriented type of person, a big help, and a snappy dresser. Now, get going before I change my mind, or my mind changes me.
Okay. I'm not going to bother asking him all these questions.
You can go now.
And I'm not
Run
going to
along.
pester
Scoot.
poor Haskell.
Always a
This
pleasure.
was one of... Oh, God, I loved doing this. This is fun. Because once you get the place up and running, you get to have some fun with it. Great. So, that being said... Onward! Wait, is this bit... Oh my God, it's gonna make...
Speak, citizen.
Oh, Haskell. You flubberknuckers. Okay, fine. Why? Why is John? Yes, why is John?
Always
Alright, apparently
a
I
pleasure.
have to talk to
The
you.
Mad
Haskell.
God has given you a task. Yes, quite an amazing place, really. Wonderful for relief. I'd say your next move is to... Yes? Ah, silly me. The book has no pictures. Can't really expect you to read that now, can I? To reactivate Zedillion for my lord's pleasure, you'll need to find 3 focus
I
crystals and
love
return them to
Haskell.
their
This is
resting
so
place.
dry and
Each
flat.
crystal has a matching receptacle called
then
a
Shamrock's
judgment
just
nexus.
so off the wall.
Even you can't miss them. Without the
They're
crystals in
perfect for each
place,
other,
the resonator of judgment, Zedillion's powers...
Okay. Am I done
A
talking? Can I go
glorious
now? Or do I
existence.
have to
True.
talk to you? It's gonna let me. Yay! We can move on.
Speak, citizen.
And begin with progress. Ah! Thank you. Okay, so Zedillion is actually in the lands of dementia, so that's always kind of cool. And it's down here on Pinnacle Road, which leads right into the Mad God's boot. So we're gonna follow the main road. In fact, because I already have this on my map, I'm gonna fast travel there, start heading south over here. This is why I said as you're working your way to the castle, if you see something nearby, start snagging it. It's gonna come in handy. So here we go. I'll turn myself around. We're heading kind of south. Looks like I gotta go this way and then follow the road down. Yeah, because there's gonna be a break in the road. And that's if you want to follow the road. Otherwise, by all means, go cross country. You can get over the ridge. And there we go. There was the fork in the road. We are now heading this way. Ba, 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 ba. Just keep working your way this way. Straight towards your map marker thingy. I heard something. Clearly on the right path. That's definitely a good thing. And... Okay. And like I said, unfortunately, there is a lot of walking involved because, yeah. I'm just gonna kind of go cross country a little bit here. Just a little bit. Found Naughty Bramble. Let's see where Naughty Bramble is, okay? Again, that always helps out a little bit. hoppity hopping because it will help build up acrobats, which is always a good thing. And as you can tell by the icon to the right of my compass, I do need to level up. So that'll be something we gotta get done. And in order to level up in Oblivion, you have to go to sleep. Yeah. So glad they changed that by the time Skyrim came along. Not have to sleep to level up. You just went into the star chart and said, okay, have at it. Oh, why are you running?
How may I serve?
By not scaring me by running, because if you're running, that usually means there's an enemy. Woo! Whoop! And Grummites have taken over this joint, so you kind of have to work around that too. So be advised of that. Bye. Ooh, let's see what you got, by the way. Golden lockpicks. Take them. Something aggroed me. It was probably down below. I'm just going to run into the building anyway. And we are now in. So what that quest marker was just telling me was you're in Zidillion. Hi, how you doing? Get the shit activated. Find the crystals. And you see there is a difference. You got Mania and Dementia. Remember that. It's gonna come in handy. So we are... No idea who my husband's talking to. Alright. So you can't just open these gates. They are opened by other means. Of course, that's not an actual gate. Doesn't hurt. Check these. Ah, you were talking to Chad. How is he? It's been a while. Whoops. Wait, why am I doing tap, tap, tap? I have Nocturnal's lockpick. Good fuck. Oh, he hasn't worked in a month. Wow. Alright, I have plenty of cure disease potions, so I'm not worried about that. Here we go. Speed has been damaged. Who cares about speed? Oh, yeah. They have wizards. Ow! Would you stop it? There we go. Alright, he has the crystal staff. That's what we want. Aster blooms. So we discovered the first of the staffs. Now the staffs are what we need to help start activating things around here. Being pretty picky about what I pick up for right now. So, activate! I've placed the first focus crystal into its nexus. We now have to continue searching for the rest. So, here you go. And there you have it. So basically the Grummites took these crystals, stuck them on a staff, and used them for some religious reason or another. Very basic, simple creatures. They didn't know what they were actually getting. So, just auto-attempt the hell out of it. I have Nocturnal's lockpick. I don't have to worry about breaking anything. As you can see, religious something going on. They are worshipping. Very simple creatures. That went right over his head. Oh my god. That is ridiculous. Let's see what these guys have on them. Do they have anything worth a dang? Well, they got gold. I don't need lockpicks. I mean, it just kind of occurred to me. I don't need lockpicks. So moving on, away from lockpicks. Once you have Nocturnal's lockpick, that's it. You don't need any more lockpicks. You can run around with one lockpick and be good the rest of the game. Alright. 'Tis closed. 'Tis closed. And it don't open. Right? Right. Hit the little button, stand off to the side, and that is why you want to stand to the side. That's right, it didn't open doors. It opens the floor. So, careful, careful, careful. Hope you pick the right side. 'Cause if you don't, you'll land on something and get hurt. Here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go over here. Through here, and already we're being attacked. Well, Shipburger's Batman, how you doing? Really? Really? Wow, it'd be nice to not be staggered every shot. Thank you. Ah. Don't need that. Okay. Wrong button. Wrong. Where is it? Don't I usually have that hotkey? I do. I am silenced. Of course I'm silenced. Hi there, you got my staff. I need that crystal, please. Hi there. Thank you for the crystal. And he had something called rot scale. Ooh. There we go. Well, first things first. Oh, I can't wait. Damn. Enemies are nearby. Damn it. It's not gonna let me do a wait, otherwise I can heal a lot quicker. Oh, hi! There's the enemy that's nearby. John Beast, thank you for hosting. Yep, still can't wait. Apparently I still have enemies nearby. Oh, how about that? That's why. Hi! How you doing there, pal? Let's just deal with you, and let's just deal with you. Hey, is that all the enemies? Can I... Oh, I can wait. You only have to wait 1 hour, and it heals everything up for you. There you have it. Only thing I'm interested in is the money. Go figure. A Jew, interested in money. Who'd have thought? What's this? There's just... Open! Money! Nothing up here, except for a shiny, flawless topaz worth 20 gold. I'm not taking it. But this is where the fun will begin. Actually, no, it doesn't begin there, but it does go there. Like I said, I love when you get this place up and running. Oh my god, it is such fun. I can't wait. Yes. All right. Kill these guys. Wipe them out. Goodbye. Who's coming up? Hello. I got staggered again and again. Ah, wait. Wrong button. Wrong spell. Not button. Right button. Wrong spell. There we go. Here. Money. Pearl ain't worth it. It's only 5 gold. You get to that point where 5 gold ain't gonna make or break a damn thing. I'm gonna look for something better. Ooh, flame stalks. That I want to check. See if I can find anything. I can't. Flame stalks usually are pretty good to have. Just careful. Where are you guys coming? Seriously. Pick a direction. I thought those on the high ground were supposed to have the better chance. I killed the guy in like 1 shot. Come on. Come on. Come around the corner. Where are you? There you are. Right there. Hello there. And die. And give me. Ooh, give me lots. And secure. And that gets all 3 crystals back where they belong. Gonna check these little coffers over here. Ah, pick the hell out of that. Give me all of that. That's nothing. Moving on. I'm gonna save, only because when you're dealing with a very old game, let's face it, save frequently. Because you never know if everything's gonna just die on you. My Xbox has crashed a couple times in the middle of a stream, Because the games are old. Jeez, calm down. Hi there. Goodbye. Hi there. And goodbye. Next. I'm not even gonna loot the bodies at this point. I'm just gonna check here, find better stuff. Don't know why I took that lockpick. Oh well. That's okay. So down at the end of this hall is what you're looking for. As you can see, it's a giant crystal thingy. You're gonna activate it. Give it a moment. And it has been attuned. We should now make our way to New Sheoth. There she goes. Come over here. Step on the portal. And hi there.
Finally,
Who the hell are
Lord
you?
Sheogorath has sent someone to assist me. But where are my manners?
That's what you want to call
Must get into my professional tone. Welcome to Zedillion.
You really
I'm
have
the
a professional
dungeon
tone.
caretaker, Kiliban Nerendil.
Hang on, Mjolnir. Hang on. Tell me about
A
this place.
wonder of engineering, is it not? Zedillion is the ultimate test of mettle for the foolhardy adventurer that dares trespass into the Shivering Isles. What they don't know is that they're being drawn to their doom, courtesy of the Resonator of Judgment.
All right, whatever. How do I get
Yes, I tend to ramble. You'll
Yes,
have
you
to
do.
forgive me. If you have the attenuator, then Sheogorath
Ramble
must have
more than
sent
I
you.
do.
Zedillion would normally have sent you back to the entrance when you stepped on the pad in the Resonator
The fun
chamber.
begins.
Since you're up here, I can only surmise that adventurers are already entering the dungeon as we speak.
We're gonna have fun with some adventurers. Okay, what should I do?
The only thing we can do is let the adventurers complete a cycle through here. I'll be glad to help. I
thanks.
assume
I know what to
Sheogorath
do.
gave you the Manual of Zedillion.
Yep.
You can consult it for more information, or I can provide instructions.
No need.
I will be happy to describe each chamber and explain the event that unfolds as we proceed through Zedillion.
All right.
So
Here
good to be
we
back in
go.
business.
This was fun. This is what made me love this whole setup. Okay.
Now keep your weapons ready and watch your
Here come
backs.
those
Do what
meddling
I say,
adventurers.
We might just get out of here alive.
I love this. A thief, a mage, and a warrior. Pretty standard D&D party. So what you
This
just
is
heard were
supposed to
these
scare
buttons
us?
activating? If you stand here long enough, you can just keep listening to the little
That
things
thing may be
they
small,
talk
but it
about.
looks mean. Let's get out of here.
And this is where you gotta decide.
I
A
can't
giant
help but
gnarl?
feel someone is watching us.
Or do we have them attacked by a swarm?
This is supposed to scare us? Ah,
Swarm or giant? So in other
Can we
words, you
just
can have them
leave?
physically attack
I
and
don't
actually
like the
kill
looks of
someone,
this place.
or you can screw with their heads. I personally prefer screwing with their heads. Giant
I
gnarl
can't
it
help but
is!
feel someone is
what in
watching us.
Oblivion is that thing?
This is one of the horrid guardians of which the stories spoke?
Yes, it is.
Be careful. There may be more to this creature than meets the eye.
Yes, there is.
What a joke. Let's be rid of this thing and continue on our way.
You're a fool.
Are my eyes playing tricks? Or is the creature
By the gods,
growing?
when will it stop? It could devour us
Run
whole.
for your lives!
Get back here, you cowards. Something's not right.
You're right. Something's not right. And then it vanishes.
All this
Bye-bye to
time
the
it was merely an illusion. How clever.
Wait, what's wrong with Lewin?
Makes no sense. Should be dead. Well, what? Oh,
I think this place got to him. Perhaps we should leave.
No, we'll pick him up on the way out. He must fend for himself.
And he has gone cray-cray. Yay! You unleashed the giant gnarl on the adventurers in Zedillion. With the threat of what he perceived as certain death knocking at his door, Lewin the rogue has gone insane. I should make my way to the next observation room and choose how the adventurers will encounter their next obstacle. With more craziness, that's how they'll encounter it.
nowhere to run. Mad. Tree. Must escape.
Hi there!
Watching them run from the giant gnarl gets me every time.
And he will always make a comment. On to the next chamber! More funs! Here we go! Again, those buttons will activate in a moment. Everybody remember that room? There was a single topaz.
I told you. Treasure.
Not so single anymore,
Let's
is
have at it, Sindelius.
Activate drop keys.
Stupid rogue. Just when we
Or
need him.
activate a fire trap and actually roast somebody. Y'all know what I'm picking.
Something isn't right
I
here.
love screwing with their heads. So, drop the keys.
The cage is locked.
Gromok, be careful. This looks too good to be true.
If only Lewin were here, he could get us through this in no time.
We'll have to fend for ourselves. Do you think you can pry the door open?
Forget it. This is obviously a trick. Let's get out of here.
I know I clicked on drop
To be
keys.
so close, and yet so far. If only we had the key. Wait, do you hear something?
Yeah, I'll bet you hear something.
Look, keys. One of them must open the gate. We're rich.
Let's get out of here, Sindelius. This is obviously a trick to waste our time.
I'll know it when I see it. Yes, it must be here.
They're all fake. Just come with me now.
Find it. Yes, I must find the key. Rich beyond all my dreams.
Madness.
Suit yourself.
And the madness is catching. I've caused Sindelis the Mage to go insane by pouring hundreds of keys on the ground, which convinced him that one of them opened the gate to the huge treasure pile. All that remains now is the leader of the group, Gromok. I should make my way to the last observation room and choose how the stubborn orc will encounter his final obstacle. Hopefully with madness.
Too bad none of those keys fit the lock.
Gromok was right. They're all fake. And finally, the orc. The orc.
Steady, Gromok, steady. You've been through worse before. What more could this place possibly throw at you?
Now this.
Only me left. Fine. I'll show 'em.
Again, you can create a ghost illusion, or
Bring it
raise
on.
the
I'm
dead.
ready.
Ghost illusion.
If I find out who's running the show, they'll be hell to pay.
So raising the dead obviously will generate a bunch of zombies. They'll come
Only
and they'll
me
kill
left.
him.
Fine.
Or
I'll show
you can
'em.
screw with his head. Let's screw with his head. Ghost illusion. And knock him out. Ghosty.
What? How in Oblivion can I be dead? This is impossible. Nothing killed me. I didn't even get a chance to fight. No chance to defend myself? No chance for battle?
That's a big deal to an orc.
Who? Impossible. This is impossible. Gromok has never lost a fight. Never.
You still haven't, technically, Gromok. And now he wakes up. I'm making Gromok think that he actually died and became a ghost. I've driven him insane. Now that all of the adventurers have been dealt with, I should speak to Caliban. Welcome to the realm of madness.
I can't be dead. I just can't be.
And now all of you are fitting right in.
You've made short work of the intruders. Shea Gorath should be proud to have such an efficient apprentice. Now, if you'll step on the last teleporter pad, I will meet you in the reception chamber so we can recover your earnings.
Yeah?
Not to worry.
earnings?
We'll have your spoils to you in no time at all.
So here we go.
As is the tradition, you are to be awarded a focus crystal as a token of your fine work.
Ooh.
I'll have it sent to the palace and placed in the main hall if you wish to take a look at it.
So, yes, the little trophies you earn will always go back to the palace to be put on display.
Oh yes, of course. It seems a most unusual weapon was recovered from the orc warrior, Gromok. Never seen anything like it, but perhaps his journal can give you some useful information. Beyond
perhaps.
that, take whatever else you need from the recovery chest. You've earned it. You're free to go at any time, of course, just up that hallway. Good luck to you.
And with that, completed the quest. Zedillion is up and running. And you obtain Duskfang. Now the funny thing about Duskfang. Let's pull that weapon up, shall we? So Duskfang is a one-handed blade. It will nourish. Now every time you strike it, it nourishes the blade, and of course it causes frost damage, 7 points on strike. That's Dusk. But this sword has a particular enchantment. Let's read that journal. So, you got the idiot rogue. Give up with Strombogs, smiley small above you. All the heat he brought on the group was starting to chafe. Still is pretty much set. Sass. Whatever. We're trying to find the journal entry regarding the sword. Okay. Right. Up, up. They're trying to figure out how to open up the chest. Trying to skim through. Here we go. Alright, so then they finally get the chest opened. And blade looks like a mouth with teeth, handle like gold and snake skin, and the gem in the middle of it, a perfect fiery orange and red, like the sky at dawn. If you notice, our sword does not have a fiery red gem. He told me it was Akaviri or something like that, made by snake people. Whatever. So I'm writing this, but that doesn't make any sense. By the 9. Okay, well, anyway. Right as the sun was setting, the sword vanished for a moment and was suddenly replaced by another weapon that looked almost the same, but the gem was a deep blue and purple. And of course, Cindella's told him at dawn, it'll change back to the orange and red. So, he called the sword Dawnfang when it was orange, and Duskfang when it's blue and purple. So, I found out Dawnfang is a fire enchantment, Duskfang, of course, is a frost blade. And maybe it's just tired, but if you it came from bandits, it kept counting after the 12th kill. It told me its thirst was satisfied. Stopped. So it is a blood drinker, and of course for each person or creature you kill, the sword basically gets a little bit of power and gets a little stronger. So the Talisman of Abetment, it gives you water breathing, detect life, and feather. This is a very good thing to have. I'm going to take that. I'll take the gold. I'll take the repair hammer. I'm not worried about the ruby. Again, 20 gold break me. Neither is 40 gold. Those are really the only things I'm going to take. And I'm actually going to go ahead and equip that pretty little necklace. I don't need you anymore. But I do want you. Again, detect life for up to 30 feet, water breathing, and feather by 25 points. Very nice. The Charity of Madness that we got from Sheogorath, it does help you resist fire, frost, and shock, 10% each. And we're moving on from there. And crystals appearing out of the floor. Now what could that be all about? Is that part of the activation? It doesn't sound like it. Ah! A new enemy has joined the field. And before exiting Zedillion, I was attacked by 3 unusual beings in equally strange armor. I should ask Caliban if he knows anything about them. Who is that? Oh my god, I think those are the 3 adventurers. I never noticed that. They're actually in the cage. That is pretty freaking cool. I gotta admit, I never noticed that. Now these guys also have something called Hearts of Order. Not much good for anything except what I'm about to use them for. I never noticed that he actually has them in cages. Wow. Oh, I've got to pay better attention next time. So let's talk to Caliban. Caliban, who are
That
they?
was quite a battle. You've not heard the Those beings, as you call them, aren't beings at all. They are the soulless abominations known as the Knights of Order.
Yes.
Their attraction to the resonator isn't surprising. It was built from one of the obelisks that dot the isles they seem to have an affinity for. You must proceed to Sheogorath at once and tell him the knights have returned. Quickly now. Go!
Okay. Bye. But seriously, I never noticed that those guys were actually in here in all their insanity. That is so cool. It really wants to make me just keep always doing that. Just keep them alive. Alright, so we gotta get out of here. Oh, I need to turn around. I need to go this way. Go this way. And go through the door. And after we go through the door, wait for the loading screen. And right back to the person that was trying to attack me before. She's already aggroed me again. Fine. Where are you? Around the bend. I don't see it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Now the only thing is that you can't fast travel so long as something is on your ass. So just start running away till you hear that kind of music. Perfect. Oh wait, it says enemies are still nearby. Oh. As long as enemies are nearby, you cannot rest and you cannot fast travel. So, aha! But once you're allowed to rest, you know you can fast travel. We're gonna fast travel back to New Sheoth. I have not yet gone into Bliss, so it's considered not discovered yet. Excuse me. We're gonna go to the palace. We're gonna turn in this quest, and then unfortunately, I gotta turn in for the night. Yay! Got work in the morning. We're gonna finish this up before I do. Tomorrow night, obviously, we can stream a little longer. Always a good thing.
Blessings.
Lord. Okay. Let's go turn this quest in. Oh, and there's your trophy for completing Zedillion. There you go. We're gonna talk to Sheogorath.
Well now, what news do you have to report?
Something very interesting.
So soon? Not a surprise, I suppose. We'll get to that later. No need to burden your little brain with it now.
Oh,
And Zedilian, since you're standing here, I assume you've succeeded. Or you're terribly confused, or really lacking in good judgment.
yes.
Wonderful!
Yes.
Time for a celebration! Cheese for everyone! Wait, scratch that. Cheese for no one. That can be just as much of a celebration if you don't like cheese, true?
Sure.
You've run a maze like a good little rat, but no cheese for you yet. Oh, well, maybe a little. I've granted you a new spell,
I'll take a look.
the ability to summon Haskell, my Chamberlain, to aid you in your travels. He knows a lot, more than he knows. In fact, give it a try. Summon our friend to you now. I'll wait.
Alright, so yes, you have to do the summon. Oh my god. So, sorry, Haskell. Gotta summon you. Summon Haskell. We're just gonna activate that. And. Chickaboom!
Ah, our Lord has granted you the power to summon me.
Yep.
How wonderful for me.
It is.
When summoned, I can offer advice on your current endeavor. I imagine it's up to you what to do with my wisdom. Do try to use your power sparingly. I have duties to which I must attend. Rather more important than shepherding you around, I'm sure.
Okay, I did it.
Isn't that a hoot? I love it myself. Best part of being a Daedric prince, really. Go ahead. Try it again. He loves it.
If you say so. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tried to do it again. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go.
Ah, summoned again. My lord does so enjoy that, as is his prerogative. I'll assume you're done for now.
You better hope so, because if he tells me to do it again, I gotta do it again.
Ah,
Let's talk
look
to
who's
Shagor.
here. Good, good. You'll need all the help you can get if you're going to defeat Jigalag and stop the Grey March. Oh, don't expect to summon dear Haskell anywhere but
There's a
in the
rule.
realm. He dislikes leaving my presence.
So,
I get
keep
that
in
sometimes.
mind. You cannot summon him when you're back in Tamriel. So, Jigalag, who's
The
that?
Daedric Prince of Order. Or biscuits. No,
Oh,
order.
no, order.
And not in a good way. Weak, colorless, dead, boring. And not a fan of my work, I can tell you. Hates it, hates me. A bit single-minded, if you take my meaning. You've seen his knights. Not the warm and cuddly sort.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
a
'cause yours
bit
are.
Of original thought in their lifeless husks. So, you're going to help me stop him.
If you say so. Me? How?
Again with the niggling little details. Hold your tongue, or I will. We'll get to that. An event, a movement, an apocalypse of sorts. Happens every era, at the end of every era, which is to say, now. The Grey March comes, and Jigalag walks. Or runs. Never skips, sidles, or struts. Mostly he just destroys everything around him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ask? Ask? I don't ask! I tell! This is my realm, remember? My creation, my place, my rules! Look at
Okay,
you!
man.
No concept of what you've stumbled into. No sense of place. You don't even really know where you are, do you? I suppose
Barely.
few really do, but that's beside the point. We're going to give you a taste of where you found yourself. You're going to learn.
Ooh. Learn? Learn what?
2 halves, 2 rulers, 2 places.
And one
Meet and
smack in the
greet.
middle.
Do what they will, so you know what they're about. The Duke of Mania and the Duchess of Dementia. Seek them out and let them show you what New Sheoth is. You might be surprised. Once you understand what my realm is, you might understand why it's important to keep it intact. And maybe you'll make some friends along the way. That's always nice.
Alright, so again, we're not going to ask them all about this, but Syl is your Duchess of Dementia. Thaden is your Duke of Mania. Obviously, if you ask them about Obelisk, New Sheoth, Jiggalad, Greymarch, well, a lot of things I know.
Come visit again, or I'll pluck out your eyes!
I love Sheogora. Alright, so this is where I think we're going to call it quits, because the next time we game, we should be able to introduce ourselves to the Duchess of Mania and the Duke of Mania. Duchess of Dementia, excuse me, Duke of Mania. And I can tell you now, I hate the mission the Duke puts me on. Oh my god, it is annoying. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining. Everyone, have a good night. Stay safe.